Lucifer's Advisory Council by Dr. Muhammad Iqbal. Gift from Hijaz, 1938. First speaker, Lucifer. This ancient game of elements, this material world, it's the killer of the desire. For the natives of eternal world, He allows its destruction, while it's the creation of His. He who named it, the world of be, and it is. I showed the settler the dream of power. I broke the mosque, church, and the temple tower. I taught these fools the lesson of destiny. I lured them into the greed of money. Who can put down the flames of his outrage? Whose cries have the fire of the devil's rage? Whose branches are tall by our sprinkling? Who can bend these stems of our conditioning? First Counselor. No doubt, the world is dominated by the devil's rule, where enslaved masses are empowered by its fuel. These poor souls have the destiny to bow down and fall. They worship out of habit, without standing tall. First, they do not even wish to do anything great. Even if they want, it dies out, or comes too late. Through our persistent efforts, you see many amazing things. Look at these mystics, these priests, obedient to the worldly kings. This opium is fitting remedy for the Eastern mood, to drug them with mystical chanting or theological attitude. So what if calls for Hajj and Umrah remains at every place? Their swords are rusty, resting in their case. Whose authority of pessimism formed the rule on modern stage, that jihad is forbidden on Muslims in our day and age? Second Counselor. The outcry for democracy, is it good or bad for the world? You're not aware of the fresh chaos of the world. First Counselor. I'm quite aware, but my experience tells me, my dear, it's an imperial cover to control. There is nothing to fear. We ourselves clothed the kingdom with democratic robe. When man became conscious and aware around the globe, this business of world domination is something different, not the same. It does not depend on a king, a sultan, a Caesar, or a ruler's name. Be it the House of Parliament or the Court of Royal Bash, Master is the one who administers public cash. Have you not seen the democratic system of the West? Softer image with harsh laws, warrants and arrests. Third Counselor. If the spirit of imperialism remains, then I will not worry. But a Jew by the name Marx has made things blurry. He is neither Moses with light, nor Jesus with cross. Not a divine messenger, but carries a message across. His damning eyes speared through our established laws. People from East and West are rising to his equality cause. Corrupting attitude is among the biggest disasters. Slaves are breaking the spell of their masters. Fourth Counselor. Its antidote is fascism, ultra-nationalism in modern Roman Republic. We have showed the dream of Caesarship to Caesar's public. See who is still clinging to the ports of Roman sea, with tides of angry spree and waves of wailing plea. Third Counselor. I am not an admirer of his wisdom, his folly tricks. Who exposed openly the system of colonial politics? Fifth Counselor. Oh, the One. The cosmos is maintained with your inner fire. You can unveil all the curtains whenever you desire. Earth, water, and sky get their glow from your blaze. These heaven fools learn to live from your ways. You know their true greedy nature more than the One, who is known among the fools, the sustaining one. They who are only glorifying, singing, and praising fervent, they are ashamed and humble towards your dignifying descent. Although the wizards of settlers are your disciples, I no longer trust their spells and recitals. This Jewish troublemaker, incarnate of Mazdak plots, every veil is going to be shattered by his crazy thoughts. Ravens are becoming equal to the falcons and raptors. How swiftly mood of time changes her chapters. It covered the whole sky with rain of distraught. What we simply thought was a mere grain of salt. Uncertain future has put everything in dreaded states, shivering all mountains, forests, streams, and lakes. My Lord, the whole world is about to flip, the world that rests on your leadership. Lucifer, to his counselors. My domain is over all the scent, experienced and beauty seen. The whole earth, the sun, the moon, and all the layers between. East and west will see the show from their own eyes. When I act and drive the passion in Europe prize. The leader of politics and the priest of church will shake to the core with my one roar. These ignorants who consider it as fragile as glass, let them dare smash this civilization of brass. These colors that are torn apart by their needy essence can be sewed back from Mazdaki logic and sense. How can they scare me, these socialist street strayers, these nervous workers, incoherent thinkers and sayers? The only nation that makes me fearful, that gives me flashes, they still have a spark of ambition in their ashes. In this nation, you still see some, although it's rare, who cleanse themselves from the tears of pre-dawn prayer. Do you know who is aware of the secrets of time only? It is not the Mazdak discord and disarray. It is Islam only. I know this nation is no more bearer of Quran. Religion of believer is money. That is what they act on. I know it is a dark night on the horizon and the eastern land. No man of sanctuary holds any miracles like a luminous hand. I am afraid, however, from the demands of the present age, lest the code and rulings of Prophet come to the stage. From the constitution of Prophet beware, it is a threat greater. Protector of women, honor, stature of men, elevator. It's the message of death for all kind of slave men. There will be no distinction among upper class and lower then. It cleanses wealth with every dirt and stealth. It makes privileged ones trustees of others' wealth. Is there any other revolution of thoughts and actions known? that believes this land does not belong to any king but God alone. It is good if this constitution stays hidden from the world's scope. It is wonderful that the believer himself does not have any hope. It is better that he remains stuck in theology and metaphysical look. It is better that he remains stuck in interpretation of God's book. The one whose takbir slogans break the spells in all sights. The dark night of that God-aware man should not see any daylight. Son of Mary, is he living an eternal life or is he dead? Are God's attributes part of him or separate instead? Is he going to be the real Jesus of Nazareth, the one who will appear, or a reviver, having Son of Mary personality and austere? Are the teachings of God's words new or age-old? Where lies the salvation which doctrine was foretold? In this age, is it not enough for the believers that these idols are carved by the theological weavers? Keep the discussion separate from the world of character and action, until in the game of life, all its moves fail and lose traction. Believer should remain slave forever, that is, the peaceful take, abandoning his transitory world for others' sake. Such poetry and mysticism is good for his demise, that hides the reality of life from his eyes. Every moment I'm afraid, from the nation awakening, the reality of whose religion is in the final reckoning. Keep them buzzed in thoughts and pre-dawn contemplation. Keep them strong in their monastic inclination.